Oh, you didn't know?
Yo ass better call somebody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mod Squad, laying the squad down. I am your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Steve.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show.
Welcome
I'm
to the
gonna
show.
I'm gonna bring the energy today.
You're gonna have to because I am feeling a little under the weather.
I know
Uh,
I wasn't gonna say it. I was just gonna say that I'm bringing the energy.
it's perfectly fine. We had a good week in wrestling this week. Let's start off with Raw. Steve, won't you
Mm,
tell us about
man,
Raw?
Raw is great. Raw was gonna start with an undisputed tag team championship of Matt Riddle teaming with Elias. And we got this little opening promo of the Usos showing up with Solo, showing up with Sammy. Riddle comes running by. They are the ones. Sammy comes riding by on his scooter. Uh, you see Solo kind of go after Riddle, kind of. Elias comes out to complain from his big tour bus. Solo attacks Elias from behind. Elias is injured.
Oh
Elias can't.
no.
Elias can't wrestle.
Oh
So the
no.
Usos and Sammy and Solo start the show, and they're like, Elias can't even wrestle. Riddle doesn't have a partner. And who comes out but Matt Riddle? And Matt Riddle goes, I may not have a partner in Elias, but I do have a partner in this man, and it's Kevin Owens. And so we
KO.
get a Usos against Matt Riddle and Kevin Owens for the undisputed tag team championships. And they're continuing the storyline, and the Usos retain the belts and the victors. From there, Becky Lynch comes on out, and she kind of gets into a war of words with Bayley.
Mhm.
As we're leading into for the night, what is two separate three women's matches. The first is Becky Lynch against Asuka and Rhea Ripley. We're also going to have Alexa Bliss against Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross.
Yep.
The winners of those matches will then go on to face each other. The winner of that match will then go on to face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. In this, it was actually a very well fought match between Bayley, Asuka, and Rhea Ripley. All three women are completely talented in the ring, and they definitely bring their A game every time they get in there. We do have Bayley, I believe, pinning Asuka to get the win in that. We continue on with the show as Seth frickin' Rollins comes on out saying that whoa,
Whoa.
we would love to talk about Bobby Lashley, but Bobby's not even here, so he's gonna just start talking. And Bobby comes on out. They get into a wild brawl, which leads us into Austin Theory. We're just continuing kind of right with the storyline of everything that's happening. Austin Theory comes on out to face Mustafa Ali in a United States Championship match, and Theory ends up winning via disqualification when DZ Dolph Ziggler decides to get himself involved in the picture once again, attacking Theory, making him the victor, even though no man in the match was named Victor. We then have the OC defeating Alpha Academy and Baron Corbin. I believe.
Shoosh.
Shush, please. I believe that this and the next match were untelevised on Hulu. Because I did get all my results completely off the WWE website directly, even though I did watch the show. The OC defeats Alpha Academy and Baron Corbin, and Dominic Mysterio is somehow still feuding with Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Mysterio defeats Tozawa in that. We get our main event of Alexa Bliss going up against Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross in the triple threat match. The winner, of course, is going to face Bayley. And somehow Alexa Bliss comes out with the W on this.
Yeah, I like the backstage segment with Bliss warming up, and on the monitor in the back, the moth from Bray Wyatt's group kind of flashes and then goes away. So they're setting something up there with Alexa and Bray for some
Why?
reason.
Well, I mean, that was the original setup anyway. She was
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
that was an original setup. With that though, Alexa Bliss walks out, so we're gonna get Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. I can only assume that Bayley is going to walk out of this with Sky and Kai still being the women's tag team champions. I
Yeah.
don't know how Bayley hasn't won the belt sooner. And if
Um
they have her win the belt and then have Sky and Kai lose the tag belts, I'm gonna be infuriated
yeah,
because when you have a power stable like that, they should have all the authority that they can possibly have, and that would be all the gold.
as much TV time and as much time as they're investing with damage control, they need to have the belts.
Yeah,
They need to have
they
that tag.
all of them.
Yeah,
They need
yeah,
to have the women's, they need to have the tag, they need to have all of it.
I agree.
With that, though, we can go ahead and we'll jump into SmackDown. SmackDown's actually a little bit shorter, kind of with what happens on the show, as it is a 2-hour show compared to a 3-hour show. We start once again with a tag team championship match. They're really pushing those Usos. Usos go up against the Brawling Brutes in the team
Is
of Sheamus and Butch.
is Teddy Long the GM now with all these tag team matches? I
They are
mean,
not, because it's not a one-on-one with the Undertaker player.
oh, okay.
It's not. It's not. The Undertaker's not involved with this. So, but it will cost you $40 with Teddy Long to get him to get him to do a video telling anyone that they have to go one-on-one with the
One-on-one.
Undertaker player. The Usos, of course, retain, defeating Sheamus and Butch to retain the undisputed tag team championship. At this point, I really don't know what tag team is going to be able to step up to dethrone them. I really think it's going to have to be either a very established tag team, or it's going to have to be a fluke of a new coming tag team that just beats them out of pure damn luck.
Yeah.
We get LA Knight coming out doing a promo. They're continuing this LA Knight Bray Wyatt feud. LA Knight goes over several clips that have happened the past couple weeks, pointing out the mask that Bray has in the background of several shots. Look at this. There it is there. Look at here. Here it is here. He goes into his locker room. The lights go out. He goes around with a flashlight, and there's a mannequin with the mask itself. So they're continuing this Bray Wyatt. They had at this point, I will say, if it is Barry Windham that is playing Uncle Howdy, they had to have had those vignette packages already filmed. I don't know if you have heard about this, but last week Barry Windham actually suffered a severe heart attack,
Oh, wow.
was in the hospital for several days. He is back on the mend. He is recuperating, still alive. All the best to Barry Windham and his family.
Correct. Yeah, all the best. So I'm gonna say that it's not gonna be Barry Windham who's the revealed because of
I
his.
but it's Barry. Dude, you look at that. He's got the big mustache. He's got the big
I
pug.
still say it's.
It's Barry.
I still say it's gonna be Bo. I still say it's gonna be Bo.
Well, time will tell on that. With that, we get the Legado del Fantasma going up in a tag team match against the Viking Raiders. I think it's hilarious because I know that they've been doing stuff with the Viking Raiders, I guess, continuously week after week. And I love how they go from the debut of Valhalla looking exactly like Max the Renegade to being like, oh, well, we'll throw horns on her and we'll throw some other stuff and we'll keep the facial makeup the exact same. But we're going to no. She isn't a carbon copy of this independent wrestler at all. That actually sparks a 3-way brawl as Hit Row does get involved. I think we're setting up
Hit row.
money. We get the New Day. We get a contract signing between Ricochet and Zing Janara
Gunther.
in which the New Day comes and backs up Ricochet. during the contract signing, because as we know in the WWE with contract signings, if there's more than one person against another person, a fight's going to ensue. Someone's going to get put through a table. The New Day comes on out to back them up, and it turns into a 6-man tag in which the New Day and Ricochet end up defeating Imperium. We get our, what you would call our main event as the final segment on Raw. On SmackDown was an actual segment and not a match. The final match is Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox teaming up to go against SmackDown champion Ronda Rousey and her friend Shayna Baszler, in which I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch the match. But Liv Morgan pins Shayna Baszler.
Ugh, I'm not a fan of that.
Either am I, because both of those women, Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox, I'd say of the two, Tegan should have been the one getting the pin. I believe that she'd be the more stronger of the two, in my personal opinion. But with that, I don't think any of them, either of them, would be able to beat two legitimately trained UFC fighters.
I full-heartedly agree with that. Is
So,
that a SmackDown? What is your match of the night, sir?
well, when we get our final segment, all night long, because I didn't mention it, but all night long, it was Kurt Angle's birthday. They were doing a big birthday for Kurt Angle. Lots of segments in between the segments of a party happening in the back. And who can't get into the party but Alpha Academy? So Kurt Angle comes out to celebrate with, I believe his name is Gable Stevens, the other Olympic gold winning athlete that the WWE has signed.
Yeah.
Alpha Academy comes out saying, you're old, you're washed up, you don't have your intensity, you lost your integrity, you're definitely not intelligent because you wouldn't let us into the party. You better just leave now and let us have the spotlight as we are the new shining stars. And Kurt gets out of the ring. And who comes out but Gable Stevens on a milk truck?
Oh,
and
Jesus Christ.
They proceed to throw milk bombs, which are just the little cartons,
Yeah.
and a hose. And that
So they recreated the whole
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they even referenced it. They go, it's 2001 all over again. And as Corey Graves is getting sprayed, or as Wade Barrett is getting sprayed, oh, this suit can't wrinkle. No, my suit is destroyed. It was great. It was amazing. So for that, I would probably have to say Usos, Sheamus, Butch would be my match of the night. I really enjoyed. I enjoy all those guys. I enjoy the Usos.
Yeah.
I enjoy Sheamus. I enjoy Pete Dunne, aka Butch. Oh no, here comes Butch. And that is Raw and SmackDown. Kevin, why don't you give us a little bit of
AEW.
Dynamite and Rampage?
I will. I was in attendance for Dynamite and Rampage and Dark, as you will. But we're not going to cover Dark because I don't remember any of the people who were on Dark.
Yeah, and it's also a Dark that probably hasn't aired yet, so
this is probably very true. We start off AEW Dynamite with the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal, to where there's a ton of people in the ring. You had the Butcher. Well, no, you had the Blade. Was it the Butcher? No, it was the Butcher. You had.
I mean, it might have been the Butcher and the Blade.
No, because the Blade was on the outside. The Blade was on the outside.
Was it the big burly dude, or is it the one that's married
it was the big burly dude?
Then that's the Butcher.
Okay,
the Blade, the Blade is married to the Bunny. The Butcher is in a heavy. The Butcher is in a heavy metal band.
Yes. So it was the Butcher. You had Orange Cassidy in there. You had I can't remember his name, and it's slipping my mind. The big flamboyant dude from AEW that has his
Dalton Castle.
Yes, Dalton Castle. Yeah, Dalton Castle was in it. It was freaking awesome. Dustin Rhodes was in it. Dustin Rhodes was in it. So that was cool to see Dustin Rhodes wrestle. But the winner of the match, Ricky Starks, ladies and gentlemen. And I remember last week we were talking.
Kevin, I don't know if you know this, but the revolution is televised.
The revolution is televised. I don't remember if you remember last week. I said that Ricky Starks reminds me of a
Young
young
Rock?
Rock. Yes.
Yep.
Well, MJF comes down to the ring after
Calls him the Pebble.
calls him the Pebble, says he stole basically everything from the Rock, and then Ricky Starks proceeds to give the promo of his freaking life. Dude, it was an intense promo, even in the building. Um, I mean, he basically called MJF a lower version of Roddy Piper. Saying that he don't deserve anything that he's gotten. It was a great promo. Great promo. The battle royal was okay because it was a battle royal, but
They made too big. So watching it on TV, and I am thinking of something completely different. I am thinking of Rampage the week before with the lumberjack match. I was going to say they made too big of a deal on All Ego Ethan Page arguing with Matt Hardy.
No, this was.
But
I mean,
that was Rampage the week before with the lumberjack match. So
it happened. It
don't
happened in the battle royal too. It happened in the battle royal. So.
I'm tired. I'm tired of this whole sideline story gimmick. I let Matt Hardy be Matt Hardy. Let him be with Private Party. We don't need Stokely Hathaway. We don't need the firm. No. We don't need all of that. I'm sorry. Please continue with Dynamite.
Anyway, moving on. Ricky Starks, I believe, is going to be elevated in the company. I think it's going to be.
I hope he's not the guy that beats MJF. I'm going to just say that right now.
I doubt that's going to happen, but
I like Ricky, but like I do not think that he is heavyweight material right now.
No. MJF needs a long run anyway with the belt. Next, we have the TNT Championship match: Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe. Joe gets the win.
Obviously.
Yeah, this was a brutal match. And seeing these two side by side in person.
You laugh.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way. But the cool thing was Joe gives him a muscle buster on a skateboard, on the trucks of a skateboard at the end of the match, after the match is over. Wardlow comes down.
I love seeing that.
Yeah, and then Joe slides out of the ring. It was a brutal match. Very brutal match.
Joe's fucking amazing. Joe's the best.
And he was selling his ass off, so because you had to, because it's Darby Allin. Then we have Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yulia versus Daniel Garcia and Jake Hader. Claudio and Wheeler get the win.
He likes that hat.
Yeah, he likes that hat. It was an okay match. After the match, we got like a interview because Moxley was at ringside, and they gave an interview that was pre-recorded several weeks ago, saying how Regal did what he did because he's still teaching them a lesson, and this was the final lesson to always have eyes in the back of your head.
Sure. Well, I'm just saying that is purely done because from the standpoints and from the dirt sheets, Regal is no longer with AEW. He has asked for his release. Yeah. He is taking time to be with family a little bit, and he is not eligible to be back on WWE TV until 2024. He's not eligible to be back on TV until the bidding war of 2024.
Next, we had a little short Jamie Hayter interview backstage.
Woo! The greatest champion of all time, Jamie Hayter.
She issues a challenge to the winner of the Bunny versus Hikaru Shida, Hikuda
Shida.
I knew I was going to mess it up.
Which right. You also didn't say Wheeler Yuta, correct? So that's okay though.
It's fine. It's fine. Words are hard, man. Words are hard.
But Hikaru Shida versus the Bunny. Hikaru is gonna win it. Of course, Hikaru is gonna win it. There's no way the Bunny. Don't get me wrong. I love the Bunny. She's great in the ring. She's not beating Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida already has 2 belts.
And that match was happening on Rampage. So we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yes. Then we had Sky Blue, Madison Rayne, and Kiera Hogan battling the TBS champion Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, and Layla Gray.
Layla Gray. Correct.
Jade and crew win. This was a absolute snore. Even in the building,
And
no,
they're all good wrestlers. That's the horrible thing is they're all good wrestlers.
there was no energy in the building for this match. Zero. The only time that there was any little bit of anything was when Jade finally tagged herself in and did what she did. But other than that, it was bathroom break time. I mean, it really was.
Big Show's theme might as well hit.
There you
That's
go.
an old rock joke.
Next, we have the main event AEW World Tag Team Championship match The Acclaim versus FTR.
Scissor
Sesame Daddy
me.
Steve.
Ah.
So, the Acclaimed win. It was a great match.
Oh, it's great match of the night.
It was my match of the night. Yes. Let me tell you something. My wife was with me for this event, and I'm like, be prepared for the scissor me, and she's like, this is stupid. She's
And by
like,
the end of the night, she's like, "Scissor me, Daddy, Kevin!"
oh
Ah!
no, she enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, she enjoyed it. She enjoyed how over it was. She was kind of amazed at how many people brought scissors and was doing the thing. She says it's kind of creepy to see grown men scissoring each other, But
That's what grown men like to do. We like to
I'm like,
scissor each other in public.
maybe, but it's over. It's over big time.
Over. Everybody loves the Acclaimed.
Yeah, and it was an amazing match. I'm so happy I got to see the Acclaimed and FTR. So that was really awesome.
That's awesome. And
Um,
then that leads us into Rampage, right?
that
This
leads
is
us
Rampage, baby.
that leads us right into AEW Rampage, starting off the night with John Moxley and oh God, I'm gonna butcher this name.
Konosuke Takeshita. You just let me know, and I
Yeah,
got Konosuke Takeshita. I
there you
gotcha.
go. Moxley wins. This was a freaking amazing match, by the way.
Yeah.
It was so hard hitting.
Takeshita's one. Oh my God, he's a young boy from Japan that's just an up and comer for sure.
The biggest pop in that whole match was when Moxley hit a big move and went to pin him, and it got a 1 count. And it's like it was way into the match too. So they had been 2 counts and 2 counts, and then he hits this big move. He 1 count, and Takeshi pops up. It was freaking amazing. It was awesome. So it was a great match. Then we have Sheeta versus the Bunny,
Okay,
and of course
Hikaru Shida,
Hikaru Shida wins.
of
It was a
course.
it was an okay match. Then Hater appeared on the ramp for a stare down with Shida. So it was an okay
Cool.
match, but
I tell you right now, Hater versus Shida is gonna be a fucking.
it's gonna be a banger.
It's gonna blow the roof off the place. Like, oof.
You can tell that the match was hindered by the Bunny.
It's literally we're literally going to be getting a British strong style versus a Japanese strong style match. Like I am in absolute heaven. I am in love. Like get your American style out of here. Give me some British strong. Give me some Japanese strong, and let them just go for each other's throats, and I will just be so happy.
I agree. Next, we have Lee Moriarty and William Morrison.
Big Bill.
Big Bill. Yeah, I was
I
about to
believe
say
they're
he got a
renaming
new
him.
change.
Yeah,
a
Big
name
Bill.
change to Big Bill versus Clayton Bloodstone and Izzy James.
Oh, I wonder who's going to win this match.
This was
The
a
two
total
established
squash.
wrestlers?
It was a total squash.
Or the jobbers?
I will say this, though. Big Bill looks freaking phenomenal.
He's big.
He looks freaking phenomenal. He's like in the best shape I've ever seen him in.
And this is after overcoming a big drinking problem.
Yeah.
That's why he left Impact.
He looks freaking amazing.
Speaking of Impact, and this is all I'll say about Impact, Eric Young has parted ways with Impact Wrestling and is most likely headed back once again to the WWE.
I would love that. Reunite him with
Nikki Cross. Yes.
Bring back Sanity.
I loved Sanity. I loved Sanity.
Next, we have the main event for Rampage: Orange Cassidy versus surprise opponent Trent Seven. Trent Seven shows up and Cassidy wins.
Trent Seven from like NXT. Trent Seven.
Yeah, Trent Seven.
Oh,
Trent Seven shows up. It was a really good match. Really good match. After that, there was a little beatdown on Orange Cassidy. Newt, the friends show up.
of course.
Yeah,
Everybody hugs.
yeah.
You gotta give the people what they want.
Actually, no, it wasn't the friends because during the match, the friends were there, and what I can't remember his name.
Is it Tyler Bate?
Yeah, Tyler Bate. No. It was because it was originally supposed to be Orange Cassidy versus somebody else, and I can't remember his name right now.
Was it QT Marshall?
No,
I'm
wasn't
sure it was
Marshall.
somebody from the factory, Nick Camarado or Aaron Solo or.
I can't remember his name, but anyway,
It was Trent Seven.
Yeah, but he comes down to the ring, and let's see, the best friends come out with Cassidy. At one point, the bunny is with him, and the bunny goes back and gets the butcher and the blade to distract them, and all the friends go backstage and fight.
Maybe Trent Seven is going to be part of in Blabla Novel.
Anyway, that is your Rampage. It ended with Dustin Rhodes.
Gotta give the people what they want.
It ended with Dustin Rhodes in the middle of the ring for the save on Orange Cassidy.
Gold Dust.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Gold.
He even got.
Oh,
Orange
it's because
Cassidy.
you're in Texas. He's from Texas, of course. That's why Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah. Instead of this, he got Orange Cassidy to give him the hook 'em horns.
Isn't that a too sweet?
Well, yeah, kind of.
If you hook it, it's the horns.
Yeah. It's hook 'em horns.
You can say it's the hook 'em horns, but I'll tell you right now, this here.
That's too sweet. Yeah.
No. This is too sweet. This right here, this is Dio. This is rock and roll, and this is warding off the evil spirits because he got that from his grandmother. Gene Simmons can try and say that he created this shit, but it was Ronnie James Dio.
Okay. All right.
Tip the meal, try the staff. Thank you all for coming. If you didn't, better luck next time.
That does it for this week in wrestling. There was a Ring of Honor pay-per-view and a NXT
pay-per-view. We didn't watch them. We didn't watch them.
We're not covering that.
TS. If you don't know what TS means, dumb shit.
All right. I do believe that does it for this episode of Layeth the Squad Down. If you're watching on YouTube, please do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumb in, hit that like, subscribe. If you're listening to us on most major podcasting platforms, check us out on YouTube as well to see our beautiful faces. All right, that does it for this episode of Layeth the Squad Down. So for Steve, I am Kevin saying, keep on Batman Bammers.
Oh, hell yeah!